Okay. Great class as always. Just a couple of little reviews. We went over just naming notes, like I talked about last week, and then just the harp song, which I'm going to review with you. And then now we've switched into our middle C position, which is really interesting because, as I said before, usually when I was coming up and taking piano lessons, we started out with the middle C position with both thumbs on the same middle C and then the rest of the fingers in place accordingly. But we're getting into that now, and so I just want to review, that a little bit and make sure that you get comfortable with that alternating of the thumb between the treble clef and the bass clef. Okay, we talked about the harp song before, as it is shown here. So all I need you to do, you did an excellent job today. Don't forget that we have the repeat sign at the end. So that means we're going to start the entire piece and play it all over again. So we'll play this particular piece twice. But it's in 3/4, so there's no pausing in between measures. So instead of da 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 da, it's da 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 da. And so I'll play a little bit of it for you. Okay, so I'm going to play it for you. There aren't any pauses. It's in 3/4, so there aren't any rests, there aren't any half notes. Everything's quarter notes, continual. So it's going to sound like this. G chord twice, repeat. Then D7, broken. G chord, broken. Repeat. D7, G. And then you're going to repeat the entire piece. All right? One more thing. Actually, two more things. When we were talking about naming these notes, just remember that B note. We talked about the difference between the lower B, which goes down into that lower register, the bass clef area, and we talked about that and the middle C, the difference between the two. Middle C has a line through it where the B is right up under that line, okay? So you can tell the difference. Those are those ledger lines. And last but not least, the middle C position where the thumbs actually share the middle C. It's really interesting because they alternate. So, for instance, on thumbs on C, we've got our left hand playing steps. Remember, line, space is steps. Starting on the F with our bass clef, which is your pinky. So you play the steps going up, then same, which is middle C. Stop for a half note for 2 beats. Repeat that C, and we step down and go back up a step and then up to the middle C. And then it's the same. And then we switch hands, but we don't move our hands because we're already in position. We start with the treble clef, starting with our pinky. Coming down, descending, stepping from the G down to the next, down, down. We get to the middle C, it's same. Hold it for 2 beats for the half note, and then we play that C, middle C again, step up, step down, down the middle C. And then we've got the repeat sign, so we do the whole thing over again. So make sure you go over that and get used to it. It's just a feel and getting used to the hand-eye coordination aspect of it as well. Get familiar with it. If you have questions, let me know. And then with the waltz time, we talked about analyzing first. Looks like the bass clef, it's in 3/4. The bass clef is playing the melody, and the treble clef is repeating with chords. And it is a waltz. It's called waltz time. We learned the new dynamic sounds, the crescendo, which means you slowly get louder, and a diminuendo or decrescendo, you can call it either, where you gradually get softer.